الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه ومن دعا بدعوته واستنى بسنته وسار على نهجه إلى يوم الدين. أما بعد, my brothers and sisters, indeed I enjoin upon you and upon myself the fear of Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala. Allah be exalted said in a verse of the Quran that وَمَنْ يَتَّقِ اللَّهَ, whoever is conscious of Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala, يَجْعَلْ لَهُ مَخْرَجًا, He shows him way out, or He creates way out for him out of whatever situation he may find himself. وَيَرْزُقُهُ مِنْ حَيْثُ لَا يَحْتَسِبُ, and also enriches him through means he never expected. Inshallah, what we will quickly draw our attention to is the verse of the glory of Quran, precisely verse 14 of Surah Al-Alaq, where Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala is saying, أَلَمْ يَعْلَمْ بِأَنَّ اللَّهَ يَرَى. Allah the Exalted said in this noble verse of the Quran that أَلَمْ يَعْلَمْ, doesn't he know بِأَنَّ اللَّهَ يَرَى, that Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala is seeing. It is a very, very short verse, but a verse that if we as Muslims will continue to remember, will continue to ponder over, it will go a long way in solving a lot of our problems. As a mu'min, you believe in the existence of Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala. You believe Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala sees whatever you do, and there is no way you can hide from Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala. If you like, dig the ground, enter inside, cover your head. You can cover yourself from Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala. Because to Allah, nothing is hidden. Everything is open to Him. And that is why you say, وَعِنْدَهُ عِلْمَ الْغَيْبِ. That is, He has knowledge of what? Of the hidden. So hidden from who? Not hidden from Him, but hidden from you. So it is you, the creature of Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala, that things are hidden from. Nothing is hidden from Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala. So we have a lot of challenges at different, places. But if we want to solve those challenges, one of the things that will take us out of it is what? Remembering that Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala sees you at all times. And when you remember Allah sees you, then something follows. That means you believe that everything you do is what? Is documented. Everything you do is documented. He doesn't need to ask you before He knows what you do. He sees everything you do. He hears everything you say. وَالسَّمِيعُ الْعَلِيمُ. He is a Sami', all hearing, Alim, all knowing. So at whatever level you find yourself, always remember that Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala is seeing you. And whatever you do, always remember Allah hold you accountable for it. Like as I do say, as a mu'min, as a believer, all aspects of your life is ibadah. Yes, we may have some areas we think they are exclusively ibadah, but at the same time, no aspect of your life that does not have an injunction given by Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala relating to it. And that's why, if we want to change our state, we must always remember that Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala sees us. And that's why, or sees us. And that's why our Muslim told us in a hadith that ittaqillah. He said, be conscious of Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala. What did he say? Haythuma kunt, wherever you may be. He did not say, be conscious of Allah when you are in the mosque. Or maybe when you are at a particular place. We say, ittaqillah. Be conscious of Allah, haythuma kunta, wherever you may be. And the reason why, what is taqwa? أن تجعل بينك وبين الله أو بين عذاب الله وقاية. You put what? Shield between yourself and Allah's wrath. Yes, Allah is merciful, but yes, His punishment is also very, very severe. You need to protect yourself from Allah's punishment. You need to protect yourself from Allah's anger. You need to protect yourself from whatever you don't like that can come to you from Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala. And the only way you can do that is by what? Remembering He sees you and follow His guidelines. And like as I do say, do not expect to have a good life if your own way of living is living your own life the way you like. I will remind us of this statement that man fa'ala ma sha'a laqiya ma sa'a. The rule of life is this: if you do what you like, you get what you don't like. It's a natural law. If your own life is you do what you like, then you get what you don't like. And that's what we are all facing. Everybody does what he likes. And you want to get what you like. No, it doesn't go that way. You want gain, you must be ready for what? Pain. They say what? No pain, no what? No gain. They did not say no what? No enjoyment, no gain. No, it doesn't go that way. A saying by someone, he said, if you see a road without obstacles, most likely it is not leading what? Anywhere. If road, like now, if you have this road, you move from the beginning to the end, nothing. That means sometimes it is an indication to you that something is wrong somewhere. If you are traveling, and you hit the road, and you see that you are covering some kilometers, no vehicle passes you, what happens? You begin to fear. But when you are having some challenges with some vehicles, you have to overtake this one, you have to maneuver, give this one chance, yes, you feel the road is what? It's safe. Somebody is overtaking you, or somebody is blocking you. Yes, you may be getting upset, but it is an indication that that place is what? It's safe. Maybe you are moving from Lagos to Ibadan, you start moving from Lagos, maybe you are getting almost halfway, and you did not see any vehicle. What happened? You will likely park and ask whether something is wrong. So you don't expect gain without pain. In most cases, it doesn't go that way. Don't expect Jannah without challenges. That's why Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala told you in the verse of the Quran that أَحَسِبَ النَّاسُ أَن يُتْرَكُوا أَن يَقُولُوا آمَنَّا وَهُمْ لَا يُفْتَنُونَ. He said, do people think that they will say they believe? They believe, وَهُمْ لَا يُفْتَنُونَ. Because they say they believe they will not be tested. He said, وَلَقَدْ فَتَنَّ الَّذِينَ مِنْ قَبْلِكُمْ فَلْيَعْلَمَنَّ. Check the life of all successful people. They will tell you the challenges they went through. Prophet Yusuf, Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu, Prophet Adam, Prophet Noor, Prophet Yunus, Prophet Isa. Mention anyone. Even your politicians, the challenges they go through before they become whatever they become. Whether you think they went through the right or wrong way, they still face challenges. It did not come easy. Because your president today couldn't be president until he was able to waste his time, pay for election, run up and down. How many times? Almost 4 times, I mean, before he was able to what? To win the election. So if he say he does not want to lose money, then he will not win the election. If he say he does not want to waste his time going up and down, he will not win the election. So nothing good comes easy. Nothing good what? Comes easy. And when things doesn't come easy, that means they are not going for you exactly that. You are not going to do what you like inside. You are going to bear some things. So my brothers and sisters, indeed, we need to always remember that Allah Ta'ala sees us. This verse alone, wallahi, can change our nation more than any government policy. Wallahi. This verse alone. Because the way you, the small one, will remember that Allah sees you, the one on the top will remember Allah sees you. And he will be cautious of how he treats you. Not because he's afraid of you. Not because he's afraid that you will not vote him in next time. Because he's afraid of Allah pensioning him. If it is because you can't vote him, he knows your price. Now he pays you your price and he gets in. Finish. But if it is about Allah, he can buy Allah. He can bribe Allah. Allah is a just person. So you will do whatever you like, you will come back to him. And he promised that anyone oppressed, Allah says, I will definitely revenge for you, even if it's after this time. Even our leaders too will enjoy us. Because you too, when you want to abuse them, you will be cautious of yourself. Why? Not because you are afraid of them, because Allah taught you to what? To respect your leaders. My brothers and sisters, indeed, we all need to come back to our senses. Let us pick this verse as one of the things we will always use to check our lives. That Allah Ta'ala favors from the crisis we are facing, those taking people's life unjustly, those oppressing, those doing one thing or the other that Allah Ta'ala doesn't like. Allah Ta'ala give them the fear of Allah Ta'ala to stop those things, so that inshallah we can have a better society. أقول ما تسمعون وأستغفر الله العظيم الجليل لي ولكم ولسائر المسلمين من كل ذنب وخطأ فإنه غفور رحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه ومن والاه أما بعد عباد الله أوصيكم ونفسي بتقوى الله عز وجل. My brothers and sisters, indeed, let us always remember that Allah Ta'ala is telling us in the verse of the Quran that a day is coming that some of us will be given their book of record. They will be saying, what man they had that kitab? What kind of book is this? لا يغادر صغيرة ولا كبيرة إلا أحصاها. That never crosses anything, no matter how minute or no matter how big it is, except it was taken into cognizance. So nothing you do in life and think that Allah Ta'ala doesn't work. Like as I do tell us, even you're driving on the road, the way you horn, Allah will ask you, Wallahi, Allah will ask you. Wallahi. The way you press your horn, you drive your Okada, the way you press your horn. Anything you do, Allah checks you. The way you eat, that's what makes you a Muslim. A Muslim is someone that his life is 100% submitted to Allah. That's a Muslim. Not someone that his life is partially submitted to Allah. No. A good Muslim, his life, he have sold it to Allah. That's what Allah Ta'ala told us in the verse of the Quran. That what? Inna Allah, certainly, he even emphasized before he mentioned that. He said, certainly Allah, ishtara, he bought. Ishtara min al-mu'minin, he bought from the believers. Anfusahum, their what? Their soul. He bought what? Your soul. Anfusahum wa amwalahum, and what? Their wealth. He said Allah bought their soul and what? And their wealth. What is going to be their reward? بِأَنَّ لَهُمُ الْجَنَّةِ, that they will have Jannah. So you now ask yourself, is it that you sold your soul to Allah, but your wealth, you sold it to it belongs to you? I mean, you do with your wealth what you like. Okay, maybe your soul, you can do some other things to Allah. Your life completely belongs to Allah Ta'ala. So brothers and sisters, indeed, let us use this opportunity to change our nation. Use Allah more to focus on changing your life. That is why as a Muslim, your life is different. A Muslim can live anywhere. You can live in a country worse than Nigeria and you are okay. Yes. Don't think, because the challenge all of us are having is this. You want other people to suffer for you. You don't want to suffer for anybody. I used to look about the issue of lack of job. Yes, part of lack of job is not because of government policy. Part of lack of job comes because some of us are not ready to create job. Yes, I know it may sound strange to some of us. We are not ready to create. We are only ready, maybe like now we have this big hotel close to us. Some of us are only ready to work. If the person who built it, it took him years, suffering, to put this structure in place. It took him a lot of effort to what? To put this structure in place. And it is going to take him a while before he begins to talk of profit. So he is going to suffer for some years. But you collecting salary, you will not understand, because every month your own salary is okay. It's guaranteed. You don't know sometimes he's borrowing money to pay you salary. Some of us don't know that. So if he is not ready to create, you cannot get a job. So if he is ready to create, everybody is ready to create, then everybody will create within his own little means. I was talking with one of my brothers, may Allah Ta'ala bless him and make it easy for him. I asked him, he was looking for a job. Then I told him, my brother, you are looking for a job, but your father, who is not as educated as you are, created a company. That company is still there. You are looking for a job. He who is not as educated as you created a company. You cannot create a company and you cannot strengthen his own company. So you ask yourself. There is a go back to your father. Tell him you want to work with him. Tell him you want to help him in his business.
Then I gave him example of some people that yes, their parents left their businesses for them. They were able to run their parents' business because they were part of the business before the death of their parents. So they don't need anybody to explain to them how that business is run. But you're also, long as you're not participating with him, the day he goes, you don't understand the business, and the business is dead. Yeah, because maybe you may be looking at your own father's business as small now because you feel you are a graduate. You know, sometimes this education sometimes makes some of us pompous. I'm not saying this bad. As I do say, we all went to school, so I can't speak the small English I'm speaking if I did not go to school. Yes. The education sometimes makes some of us to become pompous. You feel I cannot do this. I used to say to some people, the job you feel you cannot do. The person feeding you, that is what he is doing. You don't have a job. They ask you, say, I don't have a job. And somebody doing a job which you say you can't do is the one feeding you. Who is better, for Allah's sake? Who is better? But you won't understand until you come back to your senses. Because the one feeding you is better than you. They say the upper hand is better than what? The lower hand. So long as you are jobless, and he have a job, and that is the job that you are feeding with, like my brother that I said I spoke with. Yes, if you feel you don't have a job, and you feel your father's business is too small for you to enter because of your own certificate, but that job is what he used in sending you to school. That job is what gave you that certificate that make you proud today. So my brothers, we need to come back to our senses. We need to be conscious of Allah Ta'ala. We need to change our ways of thinking. But first of all, always remember Allah sees you. And remember you are going to be accountable for everything. Wallahi, this short verse, when we think you sit down sometimes it makes you cry. Because everything you do, whether before doing or after doing, you will sit down to ask yourself, what is written down for you? Is it good or bad? You speak to people, ask yourself, the way you spoke to them, is it the way Allah wants or not? Why wouldn't our nation change? You are not ready to remember this verse, but you want your leaders to remember. Look at human thinking. You want your leaders to fear Allah, and you don't want to fear Allah. It doesn't go that way. Your leader is a human being like you. If the kind of life we want to live is the one we don't remember Allah, that's the same kind of life your own leader is living. If you think your leader is evil, you are also evil because you think the way he thinks. If you want your leader to be good, what do? Think properly. That is, you want to remember Allah is what? Seeing. So that even in the field, in the business, everywhere, things will change for us. May Allah Ta'ala change it for us. Like I said, you keep saying, do not think that we talking to you, we are telling you we are better than you. No, we are not better than you. You are struggling to be upright, we are also what? Struggling to be upright. Some of you listening may be better than some of us talking. So it's a struggle. Shaitan is fighting you, he's fighting me too. He's not leaving me alone, he's not leaving you alone. He have his own style for you, and he have his own style for me. The styles are different. Yes, he have ways of misleading everybody. We pray Allah Ta'ala give us inshallah, the taqwa, the consciousness of Allah to be able to face him, to be able to defeat him. We pray Allah Ta'ala, the way we keep reminding ourselves about Allah from time to time, Allah Ta'ala make it easy for us to follow the same teachings of Allah and for us to be successful in this life and in the hereafter. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار اللهم اغفر لنا